I have Tesla Model 3 long range, and I have it already 3.5 years. I covered more than 70,000 miles. It's about 115,000 kilometers. And here's the list of everything what went wrong with the car and how much it cost me to repair, as well how many services I had and how much those services cost me. My name is Simonas and welcome to my channel. As mentioned, I already done more than 70,000 miles, and during that time my car was still in warranty up to about 50,000 miles. So that will be probably what, 100, well, a little bit less, about 80,000 kilometers. So during that time I took my car to the service center for some of the repairs and some of the fixes of the issues my car had, which were most of the time covered by the warranty. I'm just a disclaimer, I'm very picky for all the squeaks and rattles what you can have with a car, and but many people won't pay attention into this, but in my case, for me, that was very important. So I took a car probably definitely more than I needed to, and yeah, so here's the list. I will start with the list with all the repairs, and yeah, let's go. So the car was under the warranty, and now it's only the battery warranty. I had a total of 21 service appointments. 21 service appointments for the car seems a lot. And I will go through a list and I will explain you what it was. And let's see. So it's 3 years, 21 service appointments. And out of those 21 service appointments, 2 were actually for the services. Everything else was appointments to fix something in a car which went wrong or which shouldn't be like this. And of course, the mileage might vary, and most likely most of the people won't have it anyway, so yeah. All the services done in either at home, which are with a mobile service appointment, or it's done at the service center, which in my case was Nottingham, which is the closest to me. So I will identify which is which, and I will once we go through the list. So number one, about 2 months into the ownership of a car, one of the wing mirrors stopped folding. So I registered the first appointment. It was a mobile appointment. The technician came to my house. He checked all the car, and he recorded that he has to replace the mirror. So we replaced the mirror. It cost me absolutely nothing, so zero. So cost so far zero. Replaced the mirror. It didn't solve the problem. So the car had to be rebooked for another appointment, which one had to be done in the service center in Nottingham. In this case, we did some additional tests and we found that one of the controllers were actually faulty, and we replaced that electronic controller. And once that was done, the mirror was replaced and everything started working again. So that second appointment happened about 1 month later, which I had to rebook, and some parts had to be ordered. Again, cost still zero. Then about 4 months, so it's June 2022, I had mobile service at home to fix some computer for the computer media unit, the big screen. So it was having some issues. I think it was just global recall, which we had to do. And as well, was some first issue of rattles which had to be rectified. That was done as a part of a service, free of charge. Again, cost is zero. Now, September 2022, appointment number 4. It's been about half a year how I'm using my car, and I noticed that the car was pulling to the left a little bit. With this, I asked them just to do some steering wheel realignment. That cost me £300. You could say that it had to be done free of charge, but for the service center, of course, they said, you could hit the curb, which of course I didn't. But anyway, I didn't want to argue. So that steering wheel and a wheel realignment cost me £300. Car is still in warranty. I was a little bit pissed about it, but anyway, it is what it is. At the same time, there was a tweeter. One of the speakers on the door was actually having a buzzing noise, which should not be there. It happened only at a very certain frequencies. So in this case, the tweeter was replaced, and once I took the car from the service center, I found out we replaced actually the wrong tweeter. So I had to rebook the appointment for that tweeter again in the future, because we had to order the spare part and we had to fix it. So tweeter is not fixed, but now steering wheel aligned. Overall cost £300. October 2022, there was some rattles in the driver's seat adjustment part, as well it was at the rear assembly of the seats. We had some rattles when I'm going through some potholes. As mentioned, I'm extremely picky on this, and probably for most people, you know, we wouldn't pay attention to this, but for me it was really annoying. I asked this to rectify it, so there was additional felt installed on the seat belt adjuster, and as well they replaced actually the rear seat assembly, essentially having in mind that it is, you know, the problem which, you know, looks like some prevailing problem. Yeah, it's quite commonly known problem. Still, that tweeter, which was buzzing, not replaced, so I had to wait for another mobile appointment and until my technician comes in and replaces it. Then it's October 2022. 2 weeks later, mobile technician comes with a tweeter, comes in to replace, and he cannot replace it because the tweeter is kind of glued in. It's not screwed in. Apparently, Tesla in 2022 changed assembly, so that tweeter could not replace. Still cost me zero, but another appointment for that tweeter replacement had to be booked and had to be done in the service center in Nottingham. So already the first year already have quite few. And finally, in December 2022, which is the 7th appointment, the tweeter was replaced into the right one, and rear seat section and the bolster, which was rattling, and there was actually some plastic part which was actually, for whatever reason, was broken. That was replaced under the warranty, and all good now, and finally, and the problems sorted. However, there was a new problem arise with my car. Was charge port wasn't kind of reacting to the touch of my fingers. So essentially, in Tesla, you walk into your car, as long as it's unlocked, you tap on the charge port, and it opens the door. So it's like touch sensitive. That was not working. And then as well, there was another problem. Coincidentally, with that issue, the car stopped charging from the home charger. I tried to investigate an issue, and apparently, you know, after a few remote tests, we found that there is an issue with a charging module which had to be replaced as well. So in December, we fixed the tweeter and we replaced the charging module. So again, all under the warranty, free of charge. And so far, first year, the only things for all the services, all the 7 appointments which I had, it cost me £300 for that wheel alignment. Then February 2023, about 2 months after the charger door replacement, the charger door stopped opening again. Then they did some another monitoring, so remote monitoring, and they actually found that it was one of the sensors which was failed, and we had to replace the sensor. So that sensor cost me zero, but however, if I needed to book that, to buy that replacement from the Tesla myself, and just to pay for all the parts, that would be roughly about £140, and it take about half an hour of work. So total would be probably about £200 or £300 for that repair. And since then, since previously the charger door was replaced and the sensor was replaced, I've never ever had any issue with the charger on the charging door. So I think so far it's so good. You know, faulty parts happen, you cannot do. So that's why you have the warranty for. The 9th appointment was in March 2023, when I had a couple of rattles fixed. As usual, rattles squeak at the driver's seat, which was kind of fixed with there was like a plastic bit in the back of the seat, which was fixed without any cost for me again. It's getting a little bit annoying that I have too many of those rattles, too many of those squeaks. But you know, I'm very, very sensitive to that, and if I wasn't that sensitive, probably I wouldn't even pay attention to this, because my wife was always commenting, you know, oh, I'm hearing things, that's my thing, right? Then end of March 2023, it was 10th appointment. There was another rattle somewhere in the car. It's getting now ridiculous, but yeah, it is as it is. They fixed that rattle with some of the felt tape, so yeah, at zero cost, still under the warranty. Then May and June 2023, it was my 11th and 12th appointments. Again, some of the rattles which had to be fixed, and this time it was fixed properly. This time, again, few another felt added, and still cost me nothing. So after each and every visit, some of the rattles and some of squeaks disappear, and maybe a couple of weeks later another appears. So that's ongoing story, right? So August 2023, part of a tweeter trim, like a tweeter mesh, actually disconnected from the body of a car. I don't know how it happened. So we checked and we found that small plastic bit was actually broken, so we had to order the new part. So I didn't spend time too much in the service center, just picked up my car, and about a couple of weeks later the part arrived. I went back to the service center and we replaced that tweeter, still at zero cost. So still covered by warranty, still zero cost, just now I have 14 appointments at the service center, which is getting a little bit ridiculous. Hey, by the way, if you already watched up to this point, please press that like button and that subscribe button. It really helps me. It helps me a lot. It gives me a lot of confidence in what I'm doing. Thank you very much. Now, 15th appointment, I booked it through the app. All Tesla appointments are actually booked through the app. At that time, it was some sort of a global outage with a mobile operator, and my car was actually losing the data connectivity. We ran the diagnostics for about a month. And after that, we said, okay, look, this is the global outage. It's an issue with a mobile operator, and we sorted it out a little bit later. So again, cost nothing, but I already have 15 appointments. 15 appointments on my app for the car, by the way. So it's a lot. It's a lot. Then 2024, it was about 4 months, 5 months for okay, and then in April 2024, where some minor squeaks and rattles started to appear in other part of the car. That was fixed, free of charge, but those appointments to the service center are becoming more or less kind of daily routine for me. It's already like 16 appointments. It's a little bit annoying, but still cost me nothing, so yeah, whatever. So let's let them to fix the car until it's under the warranty, right? And then a 17th appointment, that was a little bit worrying one. On the passenger side, the belt adjustment bit was actually stuck inside of the B-pillar. What had happened, that the belt actually was rubbing into the plastic trim, and that plastic trim was a little bit kind of dent already in it. I went to the service center, I shown it, we booked an appointment immediately, and they replaced the assembly of the belt and assembly of that trim. So that was replaced again under the warranty, free of charge. Also, there was some issue with my car's position being reported on the GPS a little bit out of the maps. So when we checked everything, we found that there was some antenna or something, kind of loose connection. I don't know how, maybe when we replaced the roof or something, the roof trim or something like that, we disconnected it and didn't connect properly. That was fixed, and since then there was no issues with reporting of the car location on site. So it's fine. Again, all the repairs done free of charge and still under the warranty. Then July 2024. So this is about now about 2 years, more than 2 years when I have a car, and the steering wheel had a small kind of bubble appearing on the side of the lever, or whatever it's called. It's that vinyl. That was booked online had to provide some pictures, and they booked it free of charge. They replaced the steering wheel free of charge. The technician came to my house. It's mobile appointment. Ranger comes in, just remove the steering wheel and install the new one. And in June 2024, my car hit 50,000 miles, which means that by that time, a car ran out of the standard car warranty. So whatever warranty left for me now is the battery and the motor's warranty, which lasts about 120,000 miles. So it'll be close to probably 200,000 kilometers, which is more than enough for me, and I feel really confident that the car will last much longer. And since then, essentially, I didn't have to do any kind of appointments. The rattles for whatever reason stopped. Maybe that's my psychology, and yeah, all is good. That steering wheel, if I wanted to replace that steering wheel, when I looked at the invoice, if I wanted to replace the steering wheel out of my warranty, that would cost me about £500 plus VAT. So yeah, so that's quite a pricey one. So that's all the service appointments I had, 19 of those. I had 2 more service appointments, which was for the car services. So servicing the car after some certain mileage done, you have to do certain works. So first one was in June 2020. So one was March 2024. It was a mobile appointment. I wanted the Ranger to replace the air filter and the cabin filter. So that cost me in total about £58, including VAT. So that's for the filters and the labor. So £58 for first service. Second service appointment was in June 2024. That was to check the brakes, all the brake system. During the check of the brake calipers, we actually found that there was one of the cylinders of the brake was not kind of functioning and was traveling in full distance what we needed to, or something like that. So we had to replace full brake assembly. That full brake assembly would cost me £260. However, it was still under the warranty, so we replaced it free of charge. So overall, for all the services, after about between 2 and 3 years of ownership, I spent £318 in total for servicing. So that covers air filters and the brake test. So I think it's quite reasonable. Tesla services are not mandatory. These are recommended services, and what it means that you can do or you can just skip them. In my case, of course, brakes are important. I need to check them, and air filters they still were good. Not too black ones, but yeah, it's good to change them. Yeah. So to sum it up, in reality, apart from multiple appointments for the rattles and some odd issue with a wing mirror and the charging port and that bubbling of a steering wheel, the car was more or less fine. It didn't have any big major issues. I didn't have to, there was no point of time I could not use it. Apart a little bit that worrying thing when it was that charge port was a little bit kind of misbehaving, but I could still charge at the time with the superchargers anyway if needed to. Yeah, so to sum up, after almost 4 years and 70,000+ miles, more than 115,000 kilometers, overall all services cost me £318, and the wheel alignment cost me £300. So total expenditure on the car, services and maintenance out of the pocket was £618. I don't think it's too bad. I don't think it's too much. I think it's actually quite low. My previous cars would cost me much more, and even the annual services at the service centers for the like BMW or Ford used to cost much more than cost for me. So I think that's good. So thank you for watching. This is very first video I did like at home. I don't know how it looks in the background. I will check. I don't know about the lighting. Please put your comments here. Please comment, what you think. Is it £600? Is it too much or not enough? Or please, whatever, if the setting for the video is fine, all your feedback is highly appreciated. Thank you very much, and yeah, please don't forget to press that like and subscribe button. It helps me, so yes, here some like here, yeah, there is like and there is like subscribe button. Please feel free to press those if you haven't done it. It helps me a lot, and thank you very much for watching this, and yeah, see you next time. Bye bye.